Effective communication is 20% what you know and 80% how you feel about what you know, said entrepreneur and author Jim Rohn. Under the Effective Communication series, in the last video, we learned a few ways to evoke emotions in the listener. Besides the more common recommendations such as body language and vocal tones, there is another fascinating way to draw listeners' attention. Do you want to know what it is? It is the art of including little nuggets of information that can intrigue your listener. What do I mean by including little nuggets of information? Keep watching the video to amaze your audience with these super beneficial tips. These are 4 tips to spark the listener's interest. The first one is name dropping. Next, surprise them. Third, know it all. And the last one, personify confidence. Let's look at them one by one. When I first met Sudha Murthy, she told me that Infosys was like a child to her. Did you all jump to attention when I mentioned her name? When it comes to piquing the interest of listeners, the most common way is to drop a name. This has always been a head turner because by nature, most people are curious and want to know all about successful people. So by dropping names of famous and successful people, communication becomes more interesting and thus worth the time and effort to indulge in. Did you know that time travel can be made possible with the wormholes in the universe? Did this sentence grab your attention? Are you tempted to go and look for more information about it? Yeah, because I surprised you with something interesting. The second way to prompt curiosity of listeners is by giving out information that is attention-grabbing or simply surprising. Facts and figures increase excitement levels of listeners, especially if they are new or are contradictory to common beliefs. The third and most important way is to be well informed in the subject matter that is being discussed. Right information presented at the right time always piques listeners' interests. People prefer listening to subject matter experts who are well informed on the topic of discussion. The last way to gain audience attention is by projecting confidence with the tone of your voice and body language. Let us look at an example. I strongly believe that effective communication would continue to remain as one of the sought after skills despite the advent of cutting edge technologies versus I strongly believe that effective communication would continue to remain as one of the sought after skills despite the advent of cutting edge technologies. Both were just the same sentences. Which sentence sounded convincing? I'm sure it was the second one. Projecting a seemingly commanding presence by the tone of voice and the topic chosen for discussion is also another way to spark interest from those around. Presentations that are made with voice tones and body language that personify confidence will ideally create resonance that sparks interest. Before I sign off, there are 2 magical insights that I would like to share with you that you can practice to dazzle your listeners. First, use a positive language, and second, encourage interaction. What do I mean by positive language? Here's another example. He is definitely as good as me versus I am no better than him. Both sentences mean the same, but which one sounded better? The first one, right? Negative language tends to scatter listeners' attention, whereas positive language pulls attention. Most people enjoy some form of interactive conversation as it allows them to ask questions and engage with others. So, positive language along with healthy interactions are always a welcome way to ensure participation. I hope you've gathered your nuggets around the art of intriguing your listeners to have impactful conversations. Let's summarize everything that we have learned in the video. There are 4 ways in which you can spark involvement and engagement from your audience. They are name dropping, surprising your listener, being well informed, and projecting confidence. Along with them, don't forget the 2 additional magical insights of using a positive language and encouraging interaction. Best wishes for communicating with impact. If you like the video, do subscribe to the channel to get your alert when the next video is posted. Happy learning!